Hello, my name is Jason Van Gilder. I'm a student at the College of Golf at Kaiser University. Today I'm going to talk to you about the golf grip and how to properly grip the golf club. The golf grip is probably one of the most overlooked fundamentals of golf. It's also the first thing that you do every time you prepare to hit a shot. So if you aren't placing your hands on the golf club properly, then you're already setting yourself up for failure. Today in this video, I'm going to give you a step-by-step tutorial on how to properly place your hands on the golf club using a very basic neutral grip. To start off, I'm going to use this dry erase marker and I'm going to draw a few lines on my hands, and using them as checkpoints, I'm going to place my hands on the club. Okay, step one. So for step one, we're going to take the thumb of your left hand and rest it against the base of your left index finger just like so. Take the dry erase marker and draw a line right across just like that. Perfect. Okay, step two. So now we're going to turn our left hand over and we're going to find between the base of the pinky and the start of the wrist, right about there, and right in between there, we're just going to draw a little circle on that pad of your left hand, right there, just like that. Okay, now step three, we'll turn our hand back over, and we're going to place an X on the top knuckle of our left thumb, right there. And we're just going to put a little X on our thumb, just like that. Good. Okay, moving on to the right hand. So now what we're going to do is we're going to place a line across the thumb and index finger in the same manner that we did with our left hand. So we'll put it right there, make sure they're touching, and we're just going to go right across just like that. Okay, now step five, turn your hand over and we're going to place an X in this space right here. The easiest way to find this is go ahead and pinch your hand together, and it creates a little crevice right here, and in that crevice is exactly where we want to place that X, just like that. Okay, and then the final line that we'll draw is along the right index finger. So what we're going to do is we're going to place a line right along our right index finger just like this. Okay, and then we're going to place a dot right there. And then you'll understand the significance of that dot once my hands are on the club properly. Okay, great. Now all these lines have been drawn on my hands. It's time to use them as checkpoints to properly grip the club. Okay, now the circle I drew on my palm on my left hand is going to be placed on the very top of the grip, just like so. Now, I'm going to wrap my fingers around the club, and the lines that I drew on my thumb and index finger should line up and should not be separated, just like this, which they are. Now, when gripping the club this way at address, what you'll notice is that there's a V that's created between your index finger and thumb, and that V at address should generally be pointed to your right ear in between your right shoulder, which you can see it is. Now that I have my left hand on the club properly, it's time to place my right hand on the club. And I'll start by matching the two X's that I drew on my hand. So I have an X here on my thumb, and I have an X here on the palm of my hand. And all I'm going to do is I'm just going to match them up just like this. Now you'll notice that once they're matched up and you begin to place your fingers of your right hand around the club, the pinky and the left index finger will be on top of each other like so. I use an interlocking grip, so my left index finger and my right pinky will interlock as so, just like this. Some players may prefer the Vardon grip, which looks like this. So what they'll do is they'll take their pinky, and instead of interlocking with their left index finger, it'll just overlap their left index finger like this. And then there's also the baseball grip, which looks like this. Keep in mind that with the baseball grip, it's generally for beginners, and it's also harder to control the face of the club with this style of grip. Okay, so we'll go back to my grip, just like so. Now the last checkpoint is that line, that dot that was drawn on my right hand. When gripped properly for a neutral grip, you'll create a question mark. So it looks like this, but what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take my hand off, and you'll notice a question mark that's created, just like that. Now from the front view, the finished product should look like this. And as a reminder, the lines I drew on both of my hands are matching up, and the V's on both the left and right hand should generally be pointing toward the right side of my body, which they are. I hope you enjoyed this video on the golf grip, and as always, hit them straight.